Hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis and I'm a beginner artist, and in today's video, I'm going to be drawing uh, the healing captain. Bruh, okay. This is a conversation. If you wish to chime in on this conversation, feel free to do so. I got no qualms with having conversations with people about different things. But if I'm talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime, right? Not everybody knows, like, everything that goes into that anime, whether it be manga, web novel, light novel, so on and so forth, right? And I understand that. But the amount of characters that are insane in that world is like not okay. Like there's a difference between just being a strong person that can fight well and then has like a power, and then somebody being strong and having multiple abilities. See what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is, let's say you're somebody you're somebody and you have access to magic, right? Natsu. Let's go with Natsu. Natsu has the magic, flame magic, okay? Well, dragon magic, right? So that's his bread and butter. All fire attacks are in his domain, right? But that's what they are. They're magic, okay? The difference is somebody like Benimaru, for example, has fire magic, right? He has magic, but he also has skills, abilities that are outside of his direct ability or direct magic. So, where if somebody were to put up a magic barrier, if somebody put up a magic barrier around somebody like Natsu, Natsu can't do anything. Like, he can't. Okay? It's in the name. It seals all magic that is not linked to your soul. So, Natsu would definitely not be able to use magic in that zone. But somebody like Benimaru, who uses magic but also has skills that can be used inside a magical barrier. Like, for instance, he has this ability that once he lays his eyes on you in battle, he can never lose you. Like, if you turn invisible, if you teleport anywhere on the battlefield next to him, he can see you. No matter where you go, he can still see you. If you like go like, like out of the battle, like, like you go to, like, let's say the moon, he's not going to be able to see you there. It's like, but the the extent of his power scales over an entire battlefield. If you're having a battle, the battlefield, he can see you. And that's not his only broken ability. And he's not even, his abilities aren't even the most broken. Somebody like Diablo literally has this ability that allows him to go into your mind and warp your mental fortitude with the world around you. So he can control the quote unquote dream world or mind world of you, and also control the outcome in the real world. So he can bring you into a world where everything is stopped. And if his mind is stronger than your mind, he can literally crush your mind, which will crush your body in the real world. It's called like space time end or something like that. And there's Shion literally has this ability, this skill called cook, right? Literally allows her to cut whatever she wants. It allows her to change the outcome of anything to suit her. So is if the odds of her winning a fight is like, not in her favor, she can literally use her ability to cut that fact apart. So let's say you shoot a beam that's supposed to be able to cut the world in half. She'd be able to cut that attack in half because it doesn't do what she wants it to do. Like she changes the fundamental nature of the world around her with that ability. She can make food that tastes disgusting taste phenomenal by changing the fundamental nature of that food. It can look like whatever she wants it to, like not look like whatever she wants it to. It looks disgusting, but she can make it taste like a pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like abilities in that time I got reincarnated as a slime are not linear to the name of the ability. The abilities are multifaceted abilities. So like the ability that I was telling you about, Benimaru, his ability also allows his thought processing to be 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times faster than anybody else, right? And most of Rimaru's subordinates, after Rimaru got to a certain level, and he had Raphael, or Cell, rather, because Rimuru gave Raphael a name, which made her that much stronger. She fundamentally changed everything. Rimuru has access to all of his friends' abilities, and all of his friends he can give abilities to, as long as they are available, like able to use them, as long as they are like, things that they can use. So Rimuru gave most of his subordinates thought acceleration, which allows them to literally process things insanely fast. So, regardless of how fast you move, quote unquote, like if you do move faster than these characters, their thought processing is far beyond yours, because your speed is directed in what your mind isn't always going to be as fast as your body. Actually, let me change that. It is, but to an extent. You know what I'm saying? So you can think as fast as you move, but you can't think faster than you move, unless you're doing something like Ultra Instinct, right? But that's your body moving on its own. But if you can think thousands and thousands of times faster than somebody can move, you're kind of sitting a bit prettier if you can at least keep up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that it just gives you the dub, because we've seen that it doesn't work that way. There was a dude that literally was able to see the de facto future with his eyes, and he got his head chopped off, and his eyes allowed him to see himself die and stay alive for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's just my point. But let's get into this.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are.
All right, I am finished with this captain. I just at the beginning of this video, I know that I was, on like this long this long conversation about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's just like the power that's involved with everything in that world is just on a different level, right? Like there's like one ability can one ultimate ability, right, can be housed to multiple different things, right? So like Rimuru, for example, Rimuru, his abilities when they were getting upgraded, his ability, he had Predator, and then he absorbed somebody, and then Predator, and then degeneration, and then something else merged, and then made up the ability called Devourer. And then after that, he absorbed a few more abilities, and then wait, what was it called? I know what it became. Was it Predator at first, or was it Devourer? Hold on. Oh, okay, I remember. Well, not I remembered. I literally looked it up. But so it went from Predator or Devourer, whichever one you want to say it is. Then he absorbed. After he absorbed the orc disaster, his ability evolved into it evolved into gluttony, right? And then after he sacrificed a skill called merciless, it merged with gluttony and created a new ability called gluttonous King Beelzebub, which is an ability that allows it allows Rimuru to absorb you, not only absorb you, which was the original, ability of that. It allows him to absorb your body, it allows him to absorb your spirit, and it allows him to absorb your soul. He can absorb all of that. It allows him to absorb magic. It allows him to do all of that. All of those abilities and stuff fall in that one ability. You know, it's just crazy that like you can have one that over like compasses like a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't just do that. I just gave you an example of what it does. That ability allows him to literally bring back the dead, essentially. Like he can absorb the soul of a dead person if as long as he can get the soul, he can put your soul back in your body as long as the requirements are met. So it allows him to, once he absorbs somebody, whatever abilities that they had, he can analyze them and then get them. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like that's just one of his ultimate abilities. One of them. One. Rimuru has, not only does he have a lot of ultimate abilities, but he has um unique abilities which are the closest you can get to an ultimate ability that doesn't cross that threshold, right? So they're abilities that will, once you have them, you're really really strong, but once you have an ultimate ability, nobody can fight you unless they have an ultimate ability as well. So Rimuru literally has, I think, one, two, three, four, five. I think right off the top of my head, I could think of five ultimate abilities that he has, and his ultimate abilities, you can't have two of the same ultimate abilities, but you can have two abilities that do the same thing called something different. There are a few abilities out there that will allow a person to analyze somebody else's abilities and then take them. Like, for instance, Guy Crimson has an ability that will allow him to see somebody use an ability or analyze somebody's abilities and then be able to do them. Yuki, the Yuki, I'm not going to spoil anything. Yuki has an ability that will allow him to create abilities. After seeing them done, he can create them. I don't remember if that's like directly the how that works or if he can just create them. He can analyze abilities just like Rimuru and then he can like learn them, which is the ability that he got from Hinata, which she is able to, if she fights with you, she can learn everything you have to offer. Like it allows her to learn. It allows her to learn anything from people that are stronger than her. If she fights you and you're stronger than her, at the end of that battle, you are no longer stronger than her because she learned everything that you had in that battle. If you're too much stronger than her, then it won't work. But Yuki got that ability from her. Like you can have like remnants of ultimate abilities in your thing. Like when Rimuru got rid of Gluttonous King Beelzebub, well, he didn't get rid of it. He still has it, but Shell literally gave it like not like the defined version of it, but gave like a watered down version to the orc disaster that works underneath him. He gave it to Geld. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like so if you change like a few things, like a few bits and pieces here, you can give that ability to somebody else, and that ability can be the same as something else. So Rimuru literally has like he has two dragons that are under his control. Well, not under his control, but yeah, kind of. Their souls are literally linked with Rimuru, so he can literally summon them as many times as he wants. The dragons are insanely strong, so he can send his dragons out to fight you. You can beat the dragons, and he can just continue to summon them. And he has access to the dragons' abilities because their souls are connected. Normally, ultimate abilities, you can only have one ultimate ability on one person at a time, but Rimuru has access to the ultimate abilities of those two individuals because he evolved their abilities. Like he evolved, like Shell literally was like, these abilities can be changed and modified in order to be better. So he literally like changed the abilities and made them better, and Rimuru has the original. So, bro, like the world is just insane. Like there's a lot of them. My point is that there's a lot of strong people in the world. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. That if you want to compare people from other worlds, this world is pretty busted. It's like comparing another anime world to Dragon Ball. Like when you try and compare worlds, the fundamental state of the world will determine whether or not somebody can even stand a chance in that fight. So the fundamental punching strength of a base Dragon Ball character is far stronger than the punching power of any Naruto character. And that's just because the fundamental power scale of their planet or universe is far higher. So the Rimuru, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, is the fact that once you have an ultimate ability, it's stated that you are now the world, like you technically have the power to change the world. It's literally a power that can alter the world, right? And ultimate abilities scale in strength to that, right? Like you can have an ultimate ability that would affect the fundamental nature of the world, like for instance, allow you to like I don't know, cut the world in half, right? Or whatever, blow it up, eat the world, right? Then there's somebody like Rimuru who ended up getting had a move used on him that sent him to the end of time where the earth had ended already. So he was at the end of everything, right? And because he was flying unconsciously and Shell, which is Raphael, was awake, Shell ended up charging up the power of another ability that Rimuru had that allowed him to be the ruler of time, essentially. So he was able to transport himself through time freely, which was an ability that only God had. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, the god of that world was a dragon that had three abilities that were insanely overpowered that allowed him to create everything, all abilities, all laws. It allowed him to do all of that. And Rimuru was able to get one of them because the him going through time allowed the ability to charge up the energy that it needed in order for Rimuru to end up being able to use it effectively. So once it had all that power, Rimuru got sent by a person, and that same person that he previously was like kinda on par with wasn't even a problem afterward. So And that ability, before he went back to the time, Shell told him, Rimuru, we can create a universe exactly like the one that you just left. So he can create universes. He can create all existences that he knows. He can get rid of existences that were previously known. It's just, yeah, it's insanely busted. I'm sorry for going on this long rant about a subject that doesn't have anything to do with Bleach, but hey, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, me personally, my like that's one of right now, as of now, that is one of my favorite topics to talk about. And it is one of my favorite Rimuru is literally, I think, in my opinion, not even it is opinionated. He is the strongest anime character that exists. And the reason why is because you can't, like, there's nothing you can do, right? Like Rimuru can create multiple barriers to reduce the amount of damage that he takes from physical attacks. He can create barriers to get rid of your magic so you can't use magic, and he can still use abilities inside of it. And Rimuru can't be killed. You physically can't kill him. Like, you can't kill him anywhere. You can't get rid of him at all. You can't destroy his spiritual body because he can't be one shot. He literally has an ability that allows him not to be one shot. So you can't get rid of this guy. He can eat whatever he wants. Like, literally, if he eats you, you can never stand a chance against him again if you previously did. So imagine somebody like a Kudasai. If you can't destroy Rimuru, he can definitely destroy you. Like, there's no fight, really. Even if you could come back, the circumstance wouldn't be the same if you did, right? Like, if you lose to Rimuru at all in any way, shape, or form, you will never beat him. Ever. Like, if you, like, let's say two people, let's say you fight Rimuru, and you're so good, you're both so good that you end up fighting for more than 10,000 years. If you lose in that 10,000 years, at the end of that 10,000 years, if you lose to Rimuru, it'll only take him a day to beat you next time. Because he takes all, like, he learns all of your abilities. He learned everything that you had to offer. And the longer the fight goes on, he learns more while he fights you. So if he fights you, and let's say you both are on the same level, he will adapt to your abilities. He'll learn what you have learned. He'll basically he'll overpower you at the end of the day. So, hey, it is what it is. I could talk about it all day. It's just, I love that world. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I can do in the comment sections to make it better for you to watch next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.